I'm Kurt Shimmers. Every day, fortunes are gained and lost in the financial markets. News, trends, and even geopolitical events shape your financial landscape. Join me and my expert guests right now on Traders Nation. Welcome. You are tuned into Traders Nation. Thanks for making us a part of your day. Don and I have got a jam-packed show for you today. Danielle Shay, she's going to be with us here today. She's Director of Options and Trader over at the Specialists over at the Simpler Trading. She's going to be with us. We're going to be talking about the halfway through mark of the year. What's going on here? All right, what's happened up to this point? And what are we going to be looking at towards the end of the year? So we're going to be talking about her strategies and her stocks and her list here today. Plus towers, data, storage, and some gaming stocks are back on our list today. Find out which ones are moving, which ones have moved, and which ones are poised for another move. Stay tuned right here at Traders Nation. We'll be right back.
Traders Nation. Get Pro Online DVD Trader today. Whether you're an experienced trader or just beginning, you'll improve your skills dramatically. Click on the Knowledge Center button to order your copy today. Traders Nation, delivering what you want when you want it. Traders Nation.
Hi, this is Willie Nelson. You're tuned in to
Willie.
Traders Nation.
Willie Nelson, you can check out that interview over at tradersnation.com or over at our YouTube channel. Right, Don?
That's correct.
Yeah, Willie Nelson on Traders Nation. Plus, we get some of the other ones with Steve Forbes, foreign ministers, whatever. Great interviews, populating the world, right? Industry titans. Steve Forbes, fantastic interview with him. One of these back years ago. Hey, Don, let's start off. I want to talk about towers here today. CCI Crown Castle International currently trading at $111.24. 207,000 shares exchanging hands here today on this one, Don. Average volume 2.7 million shares. Up a buck. Not bad. Okay, not bad at all on CCI since the last time we talked about it. Trading a little bit sideways. Bring your charts up on this. Check it out. It's trading a little bit sideways, digesting those gains, Don. Your thoughts?
Well, CCI is a good one in the tower business. There's only a few of them, and these are the leaders, and we've been telling our viewers that CCI, Crown Castle International, it's a Texas company. We also have in the sector, what do we got?
Unit. Maybe Unit. Could Unit be another one, Don?
No, AMT. We got
there we
the
go.
Tower business. We've got AMT, American Tower. That's up about a buck here today.
Sure.
And SBAC is the other leader in the business. Now, these tower companies are going to get hotter. And by the way, I left one out, which is one of my favorites, and the viewers want to keep an eye on this one. UNIT, which is trading around 21 bucks right now.
I like it.
5G will be a substantial go-forward profit sector in the tower business because the 5G rollout by the various telecom companies will require many more towers as it gets rolled out into the future, and all these companies will be involved.
Yeah, without a doubt on that. So let's talk about that. All right, so AMT certainly is one of them that Don brought up, but I've got some numbers here on Unit, so let's go there. UNIT, University Nancy International Tangos, the phonics on that one, folks. Unity Group, currently trading at $21.37 here today. 203,000 shares exchanging hands, Dono. Charts trading sideways on this one also. These stocks have to rest and digest these gains. You know, these are stocks that we've been talking about, Don, with our viewers, and they've made some pretty healthy gains. You know, maybe a buck here. Some of these are like 10 bucks, 6 bucks, 5 bucks, whatever, right? But they make these gains, and they've got to digest those gains. And what you'll see on these charts, folks, is where the stock will do the sideways lateral movement, and it could be a day, 3 days, or say it's like 3 days. Let's say that's when you start forming that movement pattern. 6 days, maybe even longer. Doesn't matter. It's got to digest those gains, and that's a healthy. When it stays at those lofty levels, that's healthy. Okay, that means it's digesting those gains. It's making that stair-step climb. It digests those gains, and then maybe, not always, but maybe sometimes, once it does, it's poised, the market, then buyers start coming in, and they'll take it even higher. It's not always the case, but usually it does. It's a good first positive sign digesting those gains and doing that sideways lateral movement. Unit certainly is doing that, and so is CCI. Done here today. Your thoughts?
What's also important with these companies, they've all converted over to REIT, so they're unlocking the value within the real estate where the towers lie. Either they own the property, leasing the property, or whatever it is, but they are all REITs. They all pay a dividend.
Yeah.
So these tower stocks are a pretty good sector to be in.
Yeah.
There's long-term growth. Nothing's going away.
Right.
The dividend is important, and of course the industry itself, and they're all unlocking value. And so on a go-forward basis, this is one of the places that we want to be.
Sure.
And we've been talking about these companies now for months on end.
Yeah, we absolutely have, and that's very important. Those dividends are nice. Nice dividend plays are nice, right? I'm in a couple dividend plays myself. Low entry, a pretty good dividend. A little bit riskier than some of them, Don, because of the price. Because of price point on some of these. And the dividend pays a little bit higher because they have to attract investors in. That's fine, whatever. But nonetheless, dividend plays are nice as long as you can get a good steady one. And certainly this is, like you said, Don, in the horizon of these particular companies. They're not going away. Data, they got to move that data. Technology is ever emerging, and they're going to emerge with that technology. So possibly, certainly a good area to be in, and that's why we have them on our list here today. CCI, Crown Castle International, is one of them. UNIT, UNIT is another one, Unity Group, here on our list today. Hey, Don, you want to go to data centers? We can do that.
Data centers is great. Here we go.
Let's do that. EQIX makes our list once again here today, currently trading at $444.70. Don here today, 71,000 shares exchanging hands. Don, this is a nice one. Bring your charts up on this, folks. Don, this stock is up $10, Don, since we brought it to our viewers' attention last time on the last edition episode of Traders Nation, Don. Up $10 since we spoke about it. Another great example. Here's your charts, folks. Horizontal trading. It's got to digest those gains. Don, your thoughts on EQIX?
Well, there's some news to go with the stock today. EQIX putting an announcement out that they've expanded, in fact, their deal with Amazon, the Amazon Web Services.
Ooh.
And Equinox cut a deal, and they're going. It's actually Miami to Brazil long haul traffic, and so they're just expanding the operations with Amazon.
Sure.
And Equinox, by the way, is a worldwide company.
Yeah.
Data centers in Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, what have you, and it's a $400 stock, not cheap.
No.
But this is one of the stocks in the data center business that's going to be around for a while.
But on the move. Hey, Don, I wonder if this huge move that we saw in Equinox is part of that. Is that like if there's like buzz that was going around with this news that came out? Sometimes you see that, folks. I don't know for sure. I'm speculating, pure speculation. Sometimes you see a nice little run up to news, right, Don? So I wonder if there was buzz going around about that news.
Well, look, they're in 52 markets worldwide. They're one of the leaders, and they connect the leading businesses of the world with their various data centers. So this is one of the leaders, and we have several more on the list we've talked about. And I guess we could move over now to DLR.
Absolutely. DLR, Digital Realty Trust, currently trading at $116.70, Don. Great pick. 217,000 shares exchanging hands here today. Once again, bring your charts up on this. Up $6 since we spoke about it last. Continues his stair-step climb. It's building confidence in the market, Don. We talked about this last time on Traders Nation, where you've got this every day is a new higher high, right? And it's nice and easy. It builds confidence when traders are looking at it, okay? Certainly anything can come out of the blue and blindsided, but at this point, this stock is just moving nicely. DLR, Don, your thoughts?
Well, DLR is another one, a worldwide company.
Yeah.
And what can I say? Look, when we talk about sectors in the marketplace, one of the things we try to do here is look on the horizon and pick out a sector, concentrate on it, and say, hey, where are we going to be a year from now, 2 years ago? Look, there's no doubt, long-haul, long-term future, data centers are going to be around.
Yeah.
We have two sectors. We have the hyperscale data centers, which handle the worldwide major accounts like the Amazons, the Microsofts of the world.
Yeah.
And then we have the smaller Data Centers, which handle the other various accounts.
Everything else.
Digital Realty Trust, Equinox, and then another company in this sector that I like is Core, C-O-R,
Nice.
Coresight Realty. And by the way, these companies all pay a dividend, and they are all REITs.
Yeah. All right. Coresight Realty, COR, like Don said, trading at $113.80. Thinly traded, 73,000 shares exchanged hands so far here today. The average volume on a daily basis about 364. So at the end of the day, it does kind of turn out nice. Up a buck since we talked about it last. Again, check out your charts, folks. All right. Horizontal trading going on with this, digesting those gains here today. All right. All right. So coming up next, of course, we've got Danielle. She's going to be with us here today from Simpler Trading. We're going to be talking with her about midterm, what's going on up to this point in mid of the year. And then we're going to look out to the future, the horizontal future, see where we're going to end up towards the end of the year. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Steve Forbes. You're watching Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have with us here today Danielle Shay, Director of Options and Trader Specialist at Simpler Trading. Danielle, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. So we're halfway through the year, maybe a little bit more. Where do the indexes stand in your view?
So pretty much this year I've been focusing on trading the NASDAQ as it does have the strongest relative strength here. So this week I have been really trading heavily Microsoft, Google, Adobe, NASDAQ names, and we are seeing those brand new highs in the NASDAQ today. So it's more about taking profits at this point for me and then waiting for that next pullback.
Right. So speaking of those brand new highs, I know in recent days or weeks or months, if you will, you indicated that NASDAQ was going to hit 7,500. Guess what? It hit it. And then your secondary target was 7,775, right? It hit that too.
Yeah.
We're at that. Now what do we do, Danielle? Where do we go from here?
I know, exactly. I mean,
right?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the next pullback. I mean, things like tariff news and everything, it just gives me another buying opportunity. So I'm really looking for up to, 7,500, 7,600 into the end of the year.
Yeah.
In the NASDAQ futures.
Okay. So you're thinking maybe a pullback from here, but settle, down the road, 76, 7,700 maybe, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So with a pullback at this point, what would cause something like that? Because I know that there's talks of tariffs, have been, right? We're even seeing some action on tariffs. Where should we be for the most part at this point with all that geopolitical nonsense? It does affect the markets. It has a direct correlation to it. So where should we be in the markets? Where should we stay away from? Where are those landmines?
I mean, honestly, I've been trying to stay away from anything that is too tied to China. But honestly, that is why I have been focusing on Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, because these stocks, they're just not too correlated to China. Netflix is not allowed in China. Google as well, it's not in China either. So focusing on these major names right now has kind of helped me stay away from the volatility that's coming through the tariff news.
So it almost sounds to me like electronic, if you will, electronic retail, Amazon, data, electronic, digital information, Google. Sounds almost like that's the place to be during turbulent political times, or even semi-turbulent political times, or even the saber-rattling of the political environment, right? I mean, is that what you're thinking?
Yes, that's absolutely what I have been thinking. And I mean, it's not just that. It's obviously, these are some of the strongest stocks out there. Yeah. But one of my main trading setups that I really like to use every earnings quarter is I like to trade the run up into earnings with short-term options in these major tech names, because these tech names quarter over quarter, they see a very nice price run about 3 weeks going into the earnings date. So during this time period in July, I'm absolutely long these NASDAQ names prior to their earnings reports. So it's kind of a double whammy. You know, they're not really affected by those tariff news. And also we have those earnings reports to give us that nice run up in price.
Sure, sure. Amazon, Google, are those your long-term prospects or short-term?
So it's a little bit of both, honestly.
Yeah.
I really like Microsoft for a long-term prospect. However, I also play it with short-term options going into the earnings report. So really a mix of both there.
Okay. All right, let's look on the horizon towards the end of the year. How do you think 2018 is going to finish up, and where do we need to be in regards to our trading strategies? What are your thoughts on that, Danielle?
So my thoughts are primarily focusing on where our strength has been. Yeah. So, you know, we've talked a lot about the NASDAQ, but also the S&P. The S&P has had a weekly consolidation that has given us really what I think is going to see a rise in price in a lot of the sectors in the S&P, just due to the fact that we've had so much consolidation the past few weeks. Yeah. So I am looking for that to break out. That being said, you know, I'm focusing on the stronger sectors within the S&Ps, such as tech, such as discretionary, and I'm looking to play more S&P names going into the end of the year as we get that weekly breakout.
Yeah. Let me ask you, so you mentioned Google, you mentioned Microsoft, and certainly Amazon, some of these other very well-known names. Are there any stocks or any plays that you look at, they're kind of off the radar, that don't have that brand recognition name that a lot of folks, traders, if you will, investors know about? Do you have a stock list or any of those off-brand names that make it to your list?
Yes, absolutely. So something that I'm looking at right now is the bargain retailers. So I'm noticing some consolidation on the daily charts in tickers such as TJ Maxx, Ross. You know, those are two major bargain retailers. Burlington Coat Factory. All of these have very solid trends. We're seeing some consolidation, and I'm looking for those to break to new all-time highs. Okay. Additionally, not the bargain retailers, but I have Columbia, COLM, and then we've got Steve Madden. Those are two of my other picks within the retail sector right now that I'm watching for the break to new all-time highs.
So let me ask you, so retailers like TJ Maxx and Ross, these are big box stores, if you will, right? While they may be great plays and the charts are setting up fantastic for them for potential breakouts, should we be concerned as far as competing with the Amazons and the online retailers? Because I know there's a lot of big box retailers that really have taken a hit in the retail space. They're closing up. In fact, they probably do more business on returning items than they do selling items out the door. Should we be concerned about that, or are they just strictly strategic plays for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do think that's always a concern, and for that reason, I don't normally trade too many retailers.
Right.
I do, you know, I don't know about you, but I get everything from Amazon.
I do too.
You know,
it pays for Prime, doesn't it? I mean, it's not a commercial for them. It's not a commercial for them at all. But for God, I got to tell you, it pays to be Prime with me. All right.
Absolutely. And, you know, that is a concern. But the thing is I'm a strict technical analyst. And when I see something on the charts, I love the charts. And TJ Maxx, it's looking really, really good right now. So I like the upside potential there.
I'm liking it. So everybody's has a good honey badger, right? Is TJ Maxx your honey badger? Huh?
Oh, TJ Maxx is definitely a honey badger. And, you know, the other honey badger that I love, we say the honey badger don't care. You can Google the video, and it comes up with honey badger don't care video. So these are the stocks that don't care what the market's doing.
That's right. That's right.
And another one, my other two honey badgers right now are going to be Lululemon. So, I mean, Lululemon has seen incredible growth this year, phenomenal trend. And
that's great.
Yeah. Stretchy pants.
Lulu's major honey badger list. What's the other one? Quickly, we're almost out of time.
So the last one,
Yeah.
which is, of course, not in the retail space, is going to be Twitter. So I love
There you
Twitter for the run into earnings. Nice honey badger there. We saw a nice pullback in the news earlier this week, so that gave me a great buying opportunity going into that earnings report.
All right, very nice. All right, so Danielle, where can we find you today? Where's the website?
So I am an analyst at simplertrading.com, so you can just go ahead and check it out, and you can find me in the trading room on a daily basis, giving, trade recommendations and whatnot.
I like it. I like it. Do you own anything we talked about here today?
Yes, I'm in Twitter.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation, guy. We ran out of time against a hard break. Simplertrading.com. Just assume that Danielle owns everything that we talked about here today, okay? All right, Don? Just assume it. Okay, just assume it. That's disclosure.
That was a great interview because I was looking at my retail, which we talk about from time to time.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, for our viewers, we've talked about Lululemon, Burlington Stores, TJ Maxx. So we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, totally. Danielle Shay, Director of Options and Trader Specialists over at simplertrading.com, simplertrading.com. Hey, Don, real quickly, I want to let everyone know about Pro Online Trader DVD. Get a copy today at tradersnation.com. Click on that More button. You can learn about candlestick charts, signals, patterns, resistance, all that good stuff we talk about here on the show. Danielle talks about, everybody talks about. If it sounds Greek to you, get a copy of this, man, for $30 plus shipping. You can't beat that, Don. You'll pay a couple $100 elsewhere for this. This is a hot selling item. Get it today. Don, where can we find you at? What's your social media?
Well, you've got Don McKelvey at Traders Nation right over there on Facebook, and of course Don McKelvey at Facebook, Don McKelvey at Twitter, and Don McKelvey at LinkedIn.
Yeah, go and help us out here, folks. Get involved in the conversation, like, share, all that good stuff. Follow us. You can find me on all those places too. Don, do you own anything?
No.
I don't either. That's our disclaimer. We don't own anything. All right. It's not buy or sell recommendations either. Everyone, have a great day. We'll see you on the next edition of Traders Nation.